What if I told you that you could know with near certainty which services will make you money in your specific market before you spend a single dollar on equipment, before you sign a lease, before you hire anybody? Most MedSpa owners, they just guess. They pick the services based on what they're excited about or what they saw on Instagram or what a device sales rep sold them on. And then they open up and find out their market doesn't really want it. And that's a $50,000 to $100,000 mistake, if not more. I'm going to show you how to eliminate that risk entirely. So let me tell you what happens when you just guess. So you love the idea of cryotherapy. You spend $40,000 on a cryo chamber, you build out the room, you open up, and you find out that your zip code skews 55 and older. And nobody in that demographic wants to freeze themselves for 3 minutes. And that device just ends up sitting in the corner collecting dust. Or you decide that you want to be a full-service injectable clinic, you invest in training, supplies, a medical director with injectable experience, and then you realize there are already 12 Botox clinics within 5 miles of you, all competing on price, and your cost per patient is like $300 because the market is saturated. These are not hypotheticals. I mean, I've seen both happen multiple times, and every single time the owner says the same thing: I wish I had known before I invested, right? So here's the things that you can actually do before you invest. The data exists, the tools exist, the methodology exists. You have to be willing to test before you build instead of building and hoping. Here's exactly what we do for every single client before they commit to any service menu. Step number 1, a market analysis. We look at your target area, right? Demographics, household income, age distribution, existing competitors, what services they offer, what they charge, where the gaps are, and this alone tells us a lot, but not enough. Step number 2, we run real ads, not to your clinic because it doesn't exist yet, but we run ads in your target market for specific services, and we measure the response. How many people click? How many inquire? How many are willing to put down a deposit for a service that doesn't even exist yet? This is not theoretical. We are actually spending real money on ads and measuring real demand. If we run a body contouring campaign and get 45 leads, maybe at $12 per lead, that's a pretty strong signal. If we run cryotherapy campaign in the same market and we get 6 leads at $80 cost per lead, that tells you everything that you need to know. Step number 3. We compare the data across services. We rank them by demand and cost per lead and projected revenue per patient. And then we build your service menu around what the market actually wants to buy. And I'll give you a real example too. A client who wanted to open up a longevity clinic focused on peptides and IV therapy, that was the passion. When we ran the test marketing, peptides did pretty well. Good demand, reasonable cost per lead, but IV therapy, almost no response in that specific zip code. What did perform? GLP-1 weight loss, massive demand, low cost per lead, high willingness to pay, and red light therapy as an add-on. So instead of opening up with peptides and IV therapy and struggling, they opened up with peptides and GLPs as their core and added red light as a package add-on. And then they planned IV therapy for phase 2 after they had cash flow coming in. And they did over 30K in the first 90 days because they led with what the market actually wanted, not what they assumed, right? If you want to have a full MedSpa cost breakdown, download it for free in the description. I think this will help you a bunch. Now, here's what the test marketing allows you to do. Phase out your launch. Instead of trying to offer 10 services from day one, which requires 10 times the equipment, 10 times the training, and 10 times the complexity, you start out with 2 to 3 proven services and add more as you grow. Phase 1, the services with the highest demand and best margins in your market. This is what will get you to break even fast. Phase number 2, 3 to 6 months later, add 1 or 2 more services that complement your core offerings. Because by now, you have the cash flow, patient data, and real feedback on what patients are asking for. And phase 3, 9 to 12 months in, expand based on what your actual patient wants. Not what you think they want, what they are literally asking you for, okay? And this approach really eliminates the single biggest financial risk in starting a MedSpa, investing in services nobody wants. It also reduces your startup cost because you're not buying 5 devices on day 1. You're buying 1 or 2 that are proven to generate ROI in your specific market. I've seen this save my clients $50,000, $150,000 in just unnecessary equipment purchases. And more importantly, it gets them profitable faster because they're not spreading their marketing budget across 8 different services and hoping that something sticks, right? So if this is so effective, why doesn't everybody do it? Well, there's really 2 reasons. Number 1, impatience. People get excited. They want to open up now. They do not want to spend 4 to 6 weeks testing. They want to pick their services, buy the equipment, and go. And I get that. But those 4 to 6 weeks, conservatively, right, will save you 6 to 12 months of struggling with the wrong services. Number 2 is ego. People fall in love with a specific concept. They've already decided they're going to be the cryotherapy clinic in the area or peptide lounge or whatever. And they do not want data to tell them that their idea might not work in their market. They would rather be right than profitable. The owners who do succeed, they let the data decide. They're flexible. They care more about making money than being attached to a specific vision. And that flexibility is what separates the clinics doing 80K a month from the ones stuck at 15K wondering what went wrong. So do not guess. You have to test it. It costs you a fraction of what the wrong decision will cost you. And it takes a maximum 4 to 6 weeks. And it does give you near certainty about what will work in your specific market, what locations to get, and what services to offer. Every service in your menu should be there because the data proved that it belongs. Not because you saw it on Instagram, not because a device sales rep convinced you, but because real people in your zip code demonstrated real demand. So grab the free cost breakdown in the description. I'll see you in the next video. We're going to be talking about budgeting for different startup levels.